40 final for the men. I am Rhea Kempley, and here with me is United States Air Force Academy coach Mike Ante, silver Olympic medalist. So right,
go ahead. Go ahead, Rhea.
right now we are in the sighting preparation time for kneeling. They have 7 minutes to prepare for the match. Here they'll be doing all 3 positions. And this final today is counted toward the overall standings for the Junior Olympics. So the top finisher in the final here will get 8 points, second will get 7, third will get 6, and so on. And those points will be added to their cumulative match score from the previous 2 days to determine the Junior Olympic national champion.
Perfect. And so they're just now finishing up, I guess they're sighters, aren't they? Or how much time is?
Yep, they're into their sighting preparation time for kneeling.
And right now, Garrett Spurgeon is leading the preliminary qualification by about 12 points, I believe.
Yeah, pretty good lead he's got going.
yeah. So, we'll see how he does in this final. This is just good practice for him also, getting ready for the nationals and then hopefully the world championships.
Oh yeah. The first day he had a 11.72.
11.72, which is a world-class
score. Yep. Shot very quickly too.
Yeah. Well, when it's going good, it's easier to shoot fast.
Yeah, that is true. So it sounds like are they introducing them, or they've already done that?
Yeah, it sounds like they're introducing, probably explaining how the finals run. And the final is run right now. They're in the kneeling position. They'll shoot 3 5-shot series in the kneeling position. And then they will change over to the prone position. They'll have 7 minutes to change over to that position. Again, they'll shoot 3 more 5-shot series, and then change over into the standing position. In the standing position, they'll only shoot 2 5-shot series, and then they'll shoot 5 shots at command to determine who first, second, and third is.
Yeah. So even though it's all 3 positions, it's still pretty important, I think, to do well from the very beginning, because it's hard to make up ground if you start out from behind.
Yeah, and you'll see here, and even in kneeling, if somebody shoots really well, they will make up quite a few points.
Yeah.
And then hopefully hold that in prone.
Yeah,
and
that'll help
stretch that lead in standing.
Yeah, that'll help when you get to standing, just a little cushion.
So they have put all the targets into match mode now, and they'll shoot their first series of 5 shots in the kneeling position.
So I hear them right now, they're introducing the shooters, and I think they're having a little personal anecdote about each person or something interesting to say, which is fun. So our 8 finalists today, we have Tyler Rico, who is an Air Force Academy. Tim Sherry, Garrett Spurgeon.
Tim Sherry's shoots for Alaska.
Does he? Okay. Garrett Spurgeon's West Virginia. Spencer Kapp.
He is actually a J2. He is the youngest shooter on the line.
16. Wow.
16 years old. He's a junior in high school.
Wow, impressive. That's great. And Lucas Kozinieski. I apologize. I don't think we found out how to say that correctly.
And he's from NC State, North Carolina State University.
Okay. Ryan Jacobs.
He is a Air Force Academy.
Is it okay? Josh Martin.
Josh Martin is also a junior. Actually, he may be a senior in high school. He's either a junior or senior in high school, but I think he is a year ahead of Spencer.
Okay, and David Higgins is another
Air Force Academy.
Yeah, so your team is very well represented today.
Yep. Three in the final.
Yeah, that's great.
Number of these shooters, there's actually probably half of them. This is probably their first final, at least at this level. I know for Spencer and for Josh Martin, and Lucas, this is their, the first final for this level. I'm sure they've trained it, and probably at their local matches they've done it, but at a national level, this is their first ones.
Mm-hmm. So maybe feeling a little nervous.
Yep. Tim Sherry, Garrett Spurgeon, David Higgins are all on the junior national team. Those three are on the junior national team currently. And did you mention that this is the first tryout for the Junior World Championships also? So, the scores that they shoot in this competition will be carried forward to the USA Nationals in June. They'll shoot 2 more times across the course of the USA Shooting Nationals. All 4 scores will be added together with the finals, and the top 3 juniors will go to the World Championships to shoot in the junior category. So this is that first leg of the tryout for them. So it's kind of an important final here for them.
Yeah, definitely. Those will be in Spain.
Yep.
Granada, Spain.
And what's kind of neat about the World Championships now, I believe it started in 1994, where they included junior competition. So they are, the juniors will vie for a medal at the World Championships, not only individuals but also team medals, which is a huge stepping stone for a shooter to compete in those World Championships.
Yeah, great experience and preparation for the years to come. Yeah, I was on the junior team in 2002 for Finland, and yeah, that was definitely an eye opener, and getting to see all the international shooters that I just heard of, in person, and
that was a fun.
great experience.
I was at that match too. It's where we shot at the bottom of a ski slope.
That's right. Yeah.
That's where they had set the range up, the outdoor range.
They had it was some kind of stadium. They had saunas there and ski jump and all kinds of it was
typical Finnish atmosphere.
Very nice place.
Thought I just heard my name out there. Yeah.
So a few final announcements in the range here before we get going.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the shooters are making use of this time.
Yeah, they should be dry firing, at least, looking down their sights, maintaining their hold, trying to calm the nerves. This first series can go, basically one of 2 ways, Hopefully it goes very well, but if they haven't calmed down, gotten their nerves in check.
Starting with kneeling is hard too.
Yeah. Getting a natural point of aim, which is real critical in the kneeling position in all positions, but it seems to be even more critical in kneeling.
Yeah, it's very sensitive. My experience.
After that kind of long break, we'll see, how this first shot goes for each shooter.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone had any really great sighters.
Okay, so they just called for the first competition series. So they get to shoot 5 shots in the kneeling position. They get 3 minutes and 20 seconds to shoot the 5 shots.
Yeah, timer isn't showing correctly, but they have a timer on their monitor, so they know.
And you guys at home should start seeing the shots here shortly. We can see them already. Most of them have 2 shots down. There's a bit of a delay.
So we got a few wide shots, some 10s
Yep.
coming up.
Spencer Cap, the youngest shooter there, he's got a 9 out of 10. But Josh Martin has looks like 3 10s down there.
Yeah. The best so far. Now Spurgeon's coming back with some 10s here. Lots of left to right in everybody's groups, looks like. Well, Spencer had another good 10.
Yeah, Josh has got 4 10s down there, and they're, you know, a couple of them are pretty deep. Just finished with a 9.9, but had a 50.9, which is for 5 shots is a very good 5-shot total. And kneeling, anything over a 50, 51 is very good. Ryan Jacobs has only got 3 shots down there right now. Everybody else has got 5 shots, so he's kind of taking his time.
Yeah. Oh, 10.7 comes up though, so
he's got 1 shot. Not a whole lot of time left.
yeah.
But again, they have the time on their monitors, so you know he can keep track of how much time he has left. Lucas has got a 50.5, which is a very good start. Josh Martin a 50.9, and Spencer Cap 50.2.
Yeah, look at the not very many 10s separating the first, 4 or 5.
Oh yeah,
5.
yeah, it's tight.
Even beyond that.
Yeah.
Jacobs, he still has 1 more shot. Yeah, so look how close that all is.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're all within basically tenths, you know, few tenths of each other. It's like Josh Martin's leading it by 4 tenths over Lucas. Spencer's 3 tenths behind Lucas, and then it goes. Garrett's another 4 tenths, tied with Sherry.
Yeah.
So it's early in the competition now. It's early in the final.
Nobody seems to be pulling out for an early lead though. They all had pretty decent series, you know, a few 8s in there, but
So they're starting their second series of 5 shots.
yeah. So they just started the time. Unfortunately, it's not showing up correctly on our screen, but again, they have 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
3 minutes, 20 seconds.
Sorry, 3 minutes, 20 seconds. A little dyslexia there for these 5 shots.
Tim Sherry started off with a couple of 10s on the first 2 shots. Everybody else has basically shot 9s on their first shot.
Well, Lucas Cabos.
Yeah,
Posts a
came
good
back
10
with
there.
a good 10-7. Tim Sherry's got a good one going on this series. He's got 4 10s down
4
there.
10s. That's great. In kneeling under pressure.
Hmm.
Great shooting. And he's shooting, well, not one of the fastest of the group, I suppose. Ryan Jacobs seems to be taking his time.
Yeah, he's always been. I'm familiar with his style of shooting, and he is a very deliberate shooter.
Let's see.
Now, you know, Spencer Cap was up there, you know, probably in third, I think, going into this series. but he's kind of struggling a little bit on this one. He's got 3/8 and a 9 down there.
Yeah. He said this
Um,
was his first final.
First final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a learning experience for sure. He got a 10.
There we go. And Josh Martin, he only actually had 110 on that series, but they were all the 9s that he shot were very close to the 10 ring. So he ended with a 49.9, which,
Yeah.
is okay. It's not bad.
Yeah. Well, Tim Sherry shot 5 10s.
5 10s and has
only
1 point ahead of him
yeah.
on it. In fact, Josh maintains the lead with his 49.9. He's now 1/10 ahead of Tim Sherry, who is only 1/10 ahead of Lucas. And then David Higgins is 1.4 behind Lucas for 4th place. Although we still have Ryan Jacobs still has 1 shot left.
Yeah. 9.8 finishes with. Okay.
Yep.
Well, first, second, and third very close.
Yes.
1/10 from first. Sherry's 1/10 from first, and Lucas K is 1/10 from second. We got a bit of a spread down at the bottom, but
then, the competition for 4th place right now is tight. It's basically only 6/10 spreading the 4, 5, and 6th place.
yeah.
Okay, they're going into the last 5-shot series of kneeling. Once those 5 shots are done, they'll have 7 minutes to change over to the prone position, and that includes changeover insiders. So it's pretty quick.
Yeah,
They don't have a whole lot of time
that's
to mess
pretty
around.
quick. Yep, you got to have it rehearsed and practiced, and almost maybe have a checklist of things you need to do so that
Yeah.
you can do them quickly and not forget anything.
It's something that has to be practiced. I mean, just as much as you're shooting, you've got to practice changing your equipment over from one position to the
Mhm.
next to become very efficient, so you can maximize your time in the siders.
Yeah.
Shooting siders.
Yeah, it's like a whole different event now.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a speed event. We got some good 10s here so
Oh, yeah.
far. Jacobs and Lucas K and Tyler Rico, Tim
Yep.
Sherry got some good 10s. Josh Martin's in there.
Yep, he's got a couple of 10s and a 9, deep 9. Tim Sherry's got 3 10s and a 9, so they're still neck and neck. In fact, so not much separating them. In fact, one's got a 40.4, the other one's got a 40.9. Josh Martin.
Yeah,
If he keeps it up, he's kind of extending his lead just slightly.
yeah, he's doing well. Look at that. Lucas K's got a pretty good 3 good 10s there. And another 10 for Josh Martin.
Yeah,
That's great. 51.4. I think that's the highest of the highest series of kneeling so far, isn't it?
Mhm.
Mhm. Tyler just had a wide shot. Oh,
Yeah, that's going to put him back.
yeah. We'll see if he can come back with his 5th shot with a good one.
Lucas had a good string on that one also, 51.8.
Yeah.
Josh Martin, 51.4.
Still waiting on Jacobs here. Tyler came back with a 10. Well done. I think. Oh, Higgins has one more shot too. Good 10 for Higgins. Way to finish kneeling.
I actually didn't know this. Lucas just finished ahead of Josh with that 51.8.
Oh yeah, look at that.
He's up by
Into
2
the lead.
tenths over Josh Martin. Still not a substantial lead.
No,
but,
2 tenths isn't much,
yeah.
but
Switching over to prone, he holds a 2/10 lead, and then Tim Sherry is 1.7 points away from Josh. And then it starts, and then Ryan Jacobs is 2.1 away from Tim in fourth place.
So they just started their 7-minute changeover time. That's what the timer should say. For to change over to prone position and shoot their siders for prone. So right now they're
Scrambling.
Yeah, some people get out of position right away. Some people stay in kneeling while they work on their guns
Yep.
and adjust that.
But they can't even start changing over their equipment to the prone position until a ceasefire has been given. So if they shoot, even if they shoot quickly and kneeling, let's say they shoot their 5 shots in 2 minutes, they have to stay in position. They cannot start adjusting their equipment
Okay.
until a ceasefire is given and the ceasefire and unload command is given.
Okay.
And then they can start changing over their equipment.
So there's no advantage really to
Shooting fast. No.
unless it's for your own technique. But and I know a lot of shooters have changed their adjustments for different positions so that there's not as much to adjust between different positions, so it's faster.
Yep. And they'll have, some of them may have 2 or 3 different butt plates, so all they have to do is pull one out and put the other one in.
Yeah.
Some shooters that have even gone to the extreme of in standing, they may shoot with 2 riser blocks and a set of sights. So in prone, instead of having to take those sights and those riser blocks off, they will shoot with those 2 riser blocks on in prone. And that may not be how they normally shoot in the qualification, but it saves time. It gives them more time to be able to sight the rifle in for the prone position, get a good position, get their natural point of aim. So they'll kind of, forfeit some of the comfortability.
It's a compromise.
Yeah,
for,
it's a compromise to get
for
more
speed.
time.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't yet invested in 3 butt place.
No.
But doing this final, I wish I had, because it's fast. There's not much time to change, and
Yeah, and this is completely different type of final than when I was shooting. I retired. After I retired, they changed to this type of format. I will say for my positions, I kept them fairly simple, so it wasn't a huge change to go from one position to the next. But it still is a completely different final.
Yeah. Well, it was all standing.
It was all standing before. Now it's you test all 3 positions, which I think is a very good idea. I think
for a 3-position match, it makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't give anybody a distinct advantage. Some people that were very good standing shooters, the way the final used to be, it was an advantage for them when they went into the finals.
Yeah, it's interesting now with the speed too,
Mm-hmm.
because it feels different when you're shooting a final than the match, because you have this set amount of short time to shoot your shots. And
Josh Martin made the transition pretty quickly. I mean, he already has 3 shots down range before anybody else. So there's Tim and Spencer have a shot each. So so he's able to shoot a few more shots. Deal with the nerves a little bit, get the gun sighted in. So when he goes for record, he should be centered up pretty good. It's always nice when you shoot that first shot prone and somewhere around the 10 range.
Yeah,
you
definitely a good
don't have to
feeling.
make a huge sight adjustment.
Yep. Yeah, and I suppose you'd need almost like zeros for this final. If you do change your sights or swap risers, you need to know, well, I need to move this many clicks over.
Similar to a high power shooter, when they move yardage, they don't get any sighters and they need to know exactly how many clicks to come up on their sights.
Yeah, and for this, just to save time.
Yep. As an example, Josh has shot 7 shots and Ryan Jacobs hasn't even fired a sighter shot yet.
Yeah, we can't see what's going on in there, but he's still getting in position, I guess.
Mm-hmm. There he goes.
There he is. 1 shot. Okay. I think in prone, if you shoot really well, you can't build up a huge lead, but losing the lead in prone, you
Yeah.
can do,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Because everybody's, for the most part, is going to shoot pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you have, you know, a low 5-shot series, yeah, you can definitely lose some ground.
Mhm.
But then again, you know, I've seen people, you know, just hammer 5 shots and all deep, deep tens, and you know those tenths start to add up, you know, into points.
Right. Another settling. Spencer Caps looks like he's settling in pretty well.
Yeah, I was watching him shoot in the qualifier, the 2 days. Very good prone shooter. Very good kneeling. Today he shot some outstanding kneeling. I think he had a 391
Wow.
out of the 40 shots
That's
in the
great.
qualifier.
That is great. That's got to give you some confidence going into the final.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. Lucas K's getting in there too, a little left, but
There's an odd shot there for Ryan. Ryan actually had one of his siders shot a 6.5.
oh, that is strange.
So that's a little odd for the prone position.
If he didn't call that, then
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
and then they just called ceasefire. Didn't they? Thought I heard a ceasefire.
I think so.
Nope.
Oh, they're still shooting.
Sometimes it's hard for us to hear in the range. But I didn't hear any shooting. I thought they had called a ceasefire, which would not have been to Ryan's advantage there, because he's still trying to get in the center.
Yeah, yeah. At this point, if you're not settled down and they call stop, you got to just take a deep breath, and so we'll see if he can.
Yeah, see if
He could shoot a good series here, even though his siders were a little rough. So the time limit for the 5-shot series in prone,
I believe it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds for prone.
it's faster than kneeling, which you know, makes sense. It doesn't take as much time to reload and get back on the gun in prone, but there's not a lot of time to kind of start over or take a breath or anything. You've got to keep a pretty good pace. Spurgeon's starting out well so far, 2 10s.
Yep. Spencer's
Josh
got two.
Martin too.
Spencer's got 2 good 10s.
Yeah. Ooh, 10.9 for Josh Martin. Nice one.
Perfect shot.
And that's as center as you can get, is a 10.9. A 10.0 would be barely touching the 10 ring. And so on your 9.9 would be almost a 10.
It's like Josh and Garrett have the best series going so far after about 3 shots.
Garrett might need a couple clicks on his sight though.
Yeah, one left, and Josh maybe 1 down.
So great
Yep.
series for Martin. Look at that,
Yep.
52.2. All 10s.
And anything over, 52 is a very good score in prone. Josh has got the 52-2. Garrett's close behind with a 51-8.
Looks like he moved his sights.
Yeah.
Tim Sherry, I mean, he has 1.9, but the rest of them are pretty good.
Yep.
51.6. Okay, one more shot. Let's see. Has everybody shot their 5? Looks like.
Yep, they're done.
So,
Josh actually increased his lead by quite a bit.
yeah, 2.3.
2.3 with that 52.2. Lucas, who was second, or actually he was leading going into the prone position, is now in 3rd place.
Yeah, it's a little tight in the middle. We got 0.3, but it's kind of spreading out a little bit here.
Yep. Tyler's got to get going here. He's going to get left behind.
Yeah, he's got some ground to make up with, or he'll be the first one eliminated. Now they eliminate 7 and 8.
7 and 8 after the second series of standing.
Okay.
So they'll have 2 more series here to shoot prone, and then 2 series of 5 shots in standing, and after that, they'll eliminate position 7 and 8. Whoever is in 7 and 8, 7 in each position.
Well, Martin's right back in there. Does not give anything up. Spencer 10.
Yeah, our 2 younger shooters are doing quite well. You know.
Yeah. It's really good to see, especially with the, new with this final and not much
Mhm.
experience with the whole thing, and the announcer is announcing their shots to their parents and
Yep.
everybody here. So
Yeah, the hallway is full of people behind them, which they're not used to experiencing either.
yeah, Josh Martin's definitely got the prone in today. Spencer's doing well with this series so far, though.
Yep. 3 solid 10s.
Mm-hmm.
Josh has got 3 deep 10s.
Yeah. He's got a couple 10s, but nothing really deep so far.
Yeah, he's right on the edge, isn't he?
Yeah. There's one in the middle. Okay.
10-6. But Josh has got a 52.2, so all 3 series were pretty good for Josh Martin. He had a 51.4. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 51.4, 52.2, and a 52.2. So
yeah. Great shooting. Really consistent.
very good from.
Yep.
He should maintain his lead. In fact, he's increased his lead, I believe.
Cap's got 52. That's pretty good as well. Enrico shot 2 deep 10s for his last 2. So he moved up. Let's see, Ryan Jacobs got 1 more.
Yeah, there he goes.
Okay.
So Josh Martin has increased his lead. He now has got a 3.4 tenths of a point lead over Tim Sherry. And Lucas remains in 3rd place. Garrett's only 2 tenths out of 3rd place. So that's a tight race.
Yeah, it is. And standing, they're not all 10s usually, so there
Yep.
can be a lot more of a chance to make up or lose positions here. All right.
So now they're moving into the last series of 5 shots in the prone position. And again, Josh right down the middle with a 10.6. No hesitation. He's going to pick up ground on this one too, I believe.
Yeah,
He keeps that up.
that's going to help him going into standing. I'm sure. Got some 9s.
Josh with another 10.5.
Yeah.
And we'll see how standing goes. We've got some experienced shooters with Tim Sherry and Garrett Spurgeon, both U.S. team members. Really, their standing should be better than some of these younger kids, but we'll see. Right now, Josh Martin's not showing any nervousness at all.
Yeah, he's definitely got some composure out there. It's very impressive for, how stressful this final can be and everyone watching and
Mm-hmm.
the time limit. And yeah, another great group going for him.
He's got four good 10s.
Yep. Lucas K has another 3 good 10s there.
And he's a fast shooter. All the other ones only have 3 shots. He's got 4, getting ready to shoot his 5th shot.
Mm-hmm.
Which he just did was a 10-7.
52.6.
50, outstanding. Yeah, he's definitely going to pick up points here. In fact,
Yeah.
it's
That's great.
He's going to possibly have a 5-point margin going into standing right now.
Wow. So I was saying about making up points in prone. He did increase his lead in prone, which
Well, yeah, but the other guys basically did not shoot, very good prone.
Mhm.
So they kind of gave up the lead there. But he shot 3 solid scores.
yeah, 52s. I'm sure that's a World Cup that would probably be
That-
competitive.
Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, in the open World Cup, not just not a junior shooters.
Right.
As in an open competition, those are world class scores. So he did increase his lead. He's got now a 6.8 point lead over Tim Sherry. Lucas is in third, 0.6 away from Sherry, and then Dave Higgins is 0.2 away from Lucas.
So they just charted their 9-minute changeover into standing.
Yep.
And it takes a lot longer to do your adjustments and get settled in standing than prone, doesn't it? Just to kind
Oh
of
yeah.
get comfortable.
I think the transition, as far as getting into the position is probably about the same time as going from kneeling to prone. But yeah, definitely trying to settle down, get sighted in, get into a position where you can shoot good quality shots. It takes a lot longer than prone. And they've got to keep moving out, even though they get 9 minutes instead of 7. I've seen finals where, a shooter may only get 1 or 2 shots,
Yeah.
and then time's called and they're going for record.
That was my experience the first time I did this.
Yeah.
I think I got 2. Yeah, that makes it a little tough when you're trying to figure out position and you're nervous and your heart's pounding, and after you just finished rushing with your equipment and adjustments, so you're kind of physically
Your heart rate's
been moving quickly as well.
Yeah, you've got a lot of combinations here. I mean, just the movement, the quick movement. Your heart rate increases. Just the excitement of being in the final. You have that on your heart rate also. And
Oh yeah,
of course, being in Colorado Springs, with the thinner air,
that's true. Yeah,
that plays a factor in it too. Especially if you have a shooter that's from the East Coast or from sea level.
it's a big
Shooting
difference.
here in Colorado Springs is quite a difference.
Yep. Yeah. Well, the 3 Academy students shouldn't
They should
feel
be
on
fine.
that. Yeah, they should be in shape, but and to the dry air too. Noticing that, like with your eyes
Oh,
drying
yeah.
out, or
Yep.
yeah, Josh Martin sure that is a huge lead going
Yeah.
into standing. I mean, if he just shoots decent, he'll maintain that lead, and
Right.
but the rest of them, I mean, from third to 0.6, 0.2, 0.1, 0.7, that can be changed really quickly in
Oh, yeah.
standing. So
Yeah, the next 3 from what, 3rd to 5th place, 3rd to 6th place, actually.
yeah.
Actually, even to 2nd, it's pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, Garrett Spurgeon and Tim Sherry, they have a lot more experience than some of these other shooters that are in the finals, and I would expect their standing to help them out. Hopefully, move up the ladder a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. So far, Josh doesn't seem to be showing any signs of
Yeah,
letting go of his lead.
I know. Yeah, very impressive.
So we're about 3 minutes into the changeover, looks like. So waiting for the first shot to go down range. If they can get a sighter down and have 3.5, 4 minutes left, then that's pretty good. Should give them enough time to get 5 or 6 well-aimed shots down. There's our first one down range, I believe.
Yeah, I heard something.
Yep, Tim Sherry. Yep. It doesn't show on our screen because we've got it zoomed in a little bit further, but he had a 6.4 on his first shot in the Ciders.
There, Garrett has a cider down, so he's.
Yep. Again, those two are, should be the most experienced. They've done it more times than probably everybody else.
Yep. So
So
they.
obviously their changeover was a lot faster than everybody else in the line.
Yep. Yeah, that shows, doesn't it? I'm sure he's in 9.9, so
Mm-hmm.
they've still got about 5 minutes left, so they're in good position now to get really good and settled and standing as much as they can. Josh Martin, he's already shooting ciders.
Yep, it's good.
Yeah.
So right now, Tyler Rico is in 8th position. He's 5.4 points away from 7th, who's another 2.9 away from 6th. So really for him to, in the next 2 series of 5 shots, in order for him to stay in it, he's got to make up, over 8 points just to stay in the competition.
That's going to be pretty hard. And someone else is going to have to, make a mistake. And they have been announcing in there, so these, they should all know, where they're placed, which.
Right. Yeah,
Whether
they
they're-
should know exactly where they stand.
Yeah, whether
for the
they're
most
thinking
part.
about that or not, whether they want to think about that or not. And
So everybody's got at least 2 or 3 shots down there.
about 3 minutes left, so
Yeah,
some time. Higgins looks like he needs to settle down a little more, so he's
Yeah.
got a few minutes. And Garrett looks like he's getting right in there. He's got some 10s and
yeah, he's got 4 10s in there.
yeah, little
Which is
group.
good.
Yep.
But you never know, the ciders. You could be shooting very good in the ciders, and when that match button gets pushed,
Yeah, It can-
strange things happen.
that's true. It can go the other way too.
Yep.
So
Yeah, not normally a hard indication of what they're going to do in the series. Lucas got a good group down there. He just it's a little low right
a little off center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
edge of the 9 ring.
Yep. Still a little right. Only a couple minutes left, so he's got to be trying to figure that out. Either move the sights or move his natural point of aim.
Yep.
Something. Yeah, Martin's so far
Doing fine.
holding his composure very well.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like Higgins is getting in there too. Some 9s and 10s. They just called 30 seconds left in the sighting period.
Okay, so they're starting their first series of 5 shots in the standing position. 420. They get 4 minutes, 20 seconds to shoot their 5 shots, which is not a lot of time for standing for 5 shots. You know, it's less than a minute a shot.
Yeah, they have about 50 seconds each shot. So, I mean, there's a little time to stop and start over if you have to, but not much.
Got a few 10s, 4 10s down there so far,
Yeah,
which is a good start.
nerves got to Jacobs a little bit, looks like.
Yeah, I think so. Those people shooting, you know, kind of 9s and 10s here and there. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, a few 8s, but it's just the first series, too.
Yep.
So they could be, like you said, when you hit the match button, feels like it's connected to your heart rate sometimes. Some people are still trying to get a 10 here.
Even though Josh Martin's, he has, you know, 3 10s, or I'm sorry, 3 9s, but he isn't losing a lot of ground. You know, Tim Sherry and he just about have the same score,
Mm-hmm.
even though Tim has a nice solid 10 down there.
Yeah. So the 8.
And another 10
So
for
another
Tim,
10.
which is good. That'll help him.
And Jacobs is, again, the slow one.
Yeah.
But, you know, if it works for you, that's good. But makes me a little nervous.
This is the first final that Ryan's ever shot in also, so it's,
Yeah.
you know, good learning experience. Sometimes a tough learning experience, but he'll be able to take that, you know, go forward with it.
Yeah, next time he'll be better prepared for everything. Oh, he's got a 10 there.
Tyler's got a good group, so on the left side, but it's a nice tight little group.
Yeah, it is.
We've got a couple of scratch 10s there.
Higgins got a couple of really good 10s. It's going to help. Oh, another good 10.
Yep.
50 in
50.
standing.
Yep, 50.0 for Dave Higgins. That's that will definitely help him out.
Yep.
Josh had an 8 on that last shot, moved him to a 47.3. But Tim Sherry, who was in second place, also had an 8 on his last shot. So actually, Dave Higgins moved ahead of Tim Sherry.
Yep. But Martin still got a pretty good lead, 4.9.
4.9.
But
You know,
Higgins
David
keeps-
made a 3-point, almost, you know, at least 3-point, yeah, 3-point jump there
uh-huh.
on that one series of 5 shots.
If he keeps shooting like that, it's
He can catch them.
a race for first, yeah. Okay, Jacobs finally got his 5th shot. Whew. Right under, just in time. Now, Lucas K, he has a good group there too. It's just over in the 9.
Yeah.
So Martin's still in the lead, but and we got a fair spread. 1.4 from Sherry to Higgins, and then another 1.4 from 4th to 3rd. But
Sounds like a, you know, substantial lead, but
Yeah, if you
sometimes
think
it's
about it.
standing.
think about someone shoots an 8, the other person shoots
Shoots
a
a
10.
10, you've just made
There
up
it
2
is.
points.
Yeah. Okay, just started their time for their second series of 5 shots.
And this will be the last series in standing. And then after this series, positions 7 and 8 will be eliminated from the competition, or they'll come in 7th and 8th place
For the final today.
for the final.
Lucas K's got a good 10. Tim Sherry's got 1. Now Martin there's an 8 from
Yep.
Martin.
But David Higgins also shot an 8.
Yeah,
Um,
Sherry's got a 10. And then a pretty deep 9. So the two athletes here in yellow, those are the two that are in danger of being eliminated.
Tyler started off with a nice deep 10. If he can stay around that 10 ring, you know, he may be able to move ahead.
Yep.
Higgins,
Can't give up.
Higgins came back with a 10.8 on his second shot.
Ah, that's a great shot. Yep. Rico's got another 10.
It's helping his
He's
cause.
working. Yep. He doesn't.
Fighting to stay in the final.
Right. Can't give up. Lucas K has another good 10 there. Here's Martin in the 10 ring.
Yeah, good 10. 10.7 on
Yeah.
that shot. That'll help.
It's a fun one to shoot and standing. Oh, Rico shoots an 8 though. Yeah. But still 2 more shots to go. We'll see what happens. Jacobs is taking his time again.
Yeah.
Making us all bite our nails here. So not a whole lot of 10s this series.
Yeah, looks like Tim Sherry's going to have shoots a decent shot. He shot a 10 on
Yeah.
that one, so he has a 49.4
Yeah.
after the 5 shots. That'll move him up. If Josh has a decent shot on this one here, it won't be a substantial move, but definitely a point or maybe a point and a half.
Well, he shoots a 10.
Yep, 10, 48.2. So
Yeah. So
Tim
he's
made up a point, 1.2 tenths on him.
still 5.1 ahead though.
Yep. And now we're going into single shots, 5 single shots. After each shot, a shooter will be eliminated from the competition.
So, looks like Jacob still has 1 more shot.
So he just has to shoot a 7 or better. He should, 7 or better. He should stay in it.
Time's ticking down.
7.4 or better. He should be able.
Come on, Jacobs. Shoot. Okay,
There it
just
goes.
heard a shot. All right, great finish.
10.7, which kept him in the final. That
Good job.
10.7 moved him from basically 8th to 6th position.
Yep, so he's not eliminated this time around.
Tyler and Spencer, they placed 7th and 8th. So they'll be eliminated from the finals competition.
But great shooting, though. Just making the final today is a great accomplishment for these juniors, and it's the best juniors in the country. So good shooting to both of them. Okay, so now next person will be eliminated will be 6th place in the final. And Ryan Jacobs is right now in that place. He's got to make up 2 points on Spurgeon to.
One shot.
Yeah,
One shot, he's
in
going
one
to make up
shot.
2 points.
Mhm.
So they're going to shoot one shot. They'll have 50 seconds in order to shoot that one shot. And then after each shot, the lowest person will be eliminated from the competition. So kind of keep track of Garrett Spurgeon and Ryan's. See if he can make up those 2 points and remain in the competition. Also, David Higgins is only 3/10 away from 2nd place.
Oh yeah.
Tim Sherry, so that's another one to watch.
No, Spurgeon 10.6. Yeah. So Jacobs was 2 points behind or so, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not going to be able to make
No.
that up.
No, not with the 10.6.
No. But if he can go out with a 10, though, that's
So Tim picked up over a point on Josh Martin on that one shot. He had a 10.5.
Yeah, we got some moving around this time. 2 sevens, so yeah. A little bit of nerves here, but so Ryan Jacobs will be finishing in sixth place today in the final. But very good job in for his first final. You know, it's good shooting, and next time I'm sure he'll be even better.
On that one shot, Garrett Spurgeon moved up into third place, ahead of David Higgins. That 7 by David kind of hurt him a little bit, and he's three tenths of a point behind Garrett Spurgeon. Now on the bubble right now, what we say on the bubble is right now is Lucas, but he's only 4/10 away from David Higgins. So this is actually pretty close here on this shot, on who will finish in 5th place. So Lucas and Higgins.
Yeah, and I think they were the two that shot a bit of wide shots in the last. So I'm sure they're going to try to make a comeback after that.
They both had 7s on that shot.
Now Spurgeon, another good 10.
Yep.
He seems to be good at these single shot.
Josh had an 8.2. That's, you know, he's going to lose some ground there. Lucas had a 9.7. Higgins had a 10.3. So
Higgins
made up that ground, so he'll stay in the competition.
Okay, so Lucas is our 5th place finisher today in the final. Good job, Lucas.
Both Tim and Garrett both had great shots, 10.7s and 10.5. In fact, they closed the lead. Josh Martin only has a 1.4 tenths of a point lead now going into the 3rd shot.
Yeah, their previous shots for this were both good 10s too, so I think their experience is starting to show now. And they just announced that in the range that Martin's only had 1.4 now, so we'll see if he can come back with a 10 after hearing that.
See if Josh can keep it together here.
Yeah.
And David Higgins is only 5/10 away from Garrett Spurgeon for 3rd place. So if he can shoot a solid 10, you know, that give him a chance to stay in the competition.
Yeah.
And
ooh, Garrett shot an 8. He's kind of opened the door there.
Got a chance.
See what Higgins can do.
And Josh Martin shot another 8.
Wow. Yep.
So Tim Sherry's got a chance here. He shoots
Higgins has a 10.
Yep. So he moved up into 3rd place.
And Sherry does too.
Yep.
Wow.
So Tim Sherry just took the lead.
Yep.
From Josh, 8/10 of a point.
In one shot. All right, so Garrett Spurgeon is our 4th place finisher today in the final. But really good shooting though.
2 more shots to determine who's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Still a good race between Tim Sherry and Josh Martin. It's only an 8/10 difference.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
And then Higgins is 3 points behind Josh Martin. So
yeah,
something's got to happen for, you know, David Higgins to move up another place.
Right.
Chances are he'll probably finish in third place.
Yeah, you never know.
Which is good.
But it's still, very good shooting today. In any case. Okay, and they just started the 50-second timer for this next shot. Ooh.
Josh shot an 8.9 on that shot.
Let's see what the other guys. 9.6 for
9.6 and 9.3 for Higgins.
So nothing too great, but
no change in the leaderboard. David Higgins will finish in with the bronze medal
for the final. Today. Yeah, again, these results from the final are their placing in the final today, and they'll be combined with their match scores from the previous days for the overall championship. So for the next shot, Josh Martin's got one shot to make up 1.5 points if he wants to finish first in the final.
So David Higgins finishing in third for the final will receive 6 points. That will be added to his qualification score.
Right. All right, timer has started. Oh, that's not going to help him.
No.
Sherry finishes with a 10. Well, still a great final for Martin. I mean, he was in the lead for most of it.
Yeah, for the majority of the competition until the last 5 shots.
Yeah.
Really.
So great shooting for both of them.
Yeah.
So our second place finisher in the final is Josh Martin, and the winner of today's final is Tim Sherry. Okay, so that's today's final. The final results will be posted on the USA Shooting site for the overall results and the medals for the Junior Olympic National Championships. And great job, everybody, in the match in the final. And thanks for watching.